Hello and welcome back to another episode, and we are back. Week 14 of predictions. We've got a lot of good games.
A lot
for
of good
you.
games, folks.
And we're gonna start off.
Let's just say that we were both 13-3 in our predictions last week.
Yeah.
Not too shabby,
I
my
do
friend.
great, but so does he.
Not too shabby. Come on,
So-
get it up, get it up.
Okay.
All right.
So we're gonna do this order of games. So let's get started. Thursday night football. It's gonna be a thriller. We have the
This should be a really good
9-3 Green Bay mother-loving Packers
Mother-loving
taking
Packers.
on the Detroit
Daddy-loving
11
Lions. The
11
daddy-loving
and
Lions.
1 Lions, a team who has won 10 games in a row, have been playing phenomenal football, and they have just been dominant and rolling. However, the Packers are a team that they're gonna play them tough. The Packers are they're not as a good team, but they're almost as a good team. And I see the Packers showing up, and I think they're gonna dominate. It's gonna be a close game. It's gonna be exciting. I think the Packers will go up to a 10-point lead. So it's gonna be tied at 14 and going into halftime. That's what I think is gonna happen. Then in the third quarter, the Packers are gonna make it a 24-14 game. It will be 24. Make sure. A 24-14 game going into the fourth quarter. But then the Lions score 20 unanswered points. Notice they missed the extra point there, and
20 unanswered points.
And they're gonna win it 34-24
Wow.
in a thriller. Lions win.
I think the mother-loving Packers are going to fall to the daddy-loving Lions.
Okay.
35-25.
Lions. Any reason why you did that score?
One up you, baby.
Alright, and now on to our next game, Friday night at 6 p.m. We're now going to Somers Tuskers
Local
in the
state
Class
championship
A
in New York.
State Championship. We will be broadcasting that game. I don't think there's going to be a camera, but we'll be doing play-by-play on the Somers Sports broadcast on YouTube from the Dome, at the Dome, and the Tuskers are playing the Whitesboro Warriors, a team who we beat last year in this very game, 35-6.
Wow.
And we take them on again in a rematch. And Whitesboro is a team. They're a team. They're more run heavy this year, but they've improved a lot. They have a star quarterback. The defense has improved. But if the Tuskers can score points, they should be able to win no problem. They need to score points, and they need to score points fast. If they could score points, I think that is how they're going to be able to win. Talking to their head coach, that is what they're going to need to do to win this game.
Scoring
and
points.
I think that's what they're going to do. I think they're going to get points on the board early. I think Whitesboro is going to compete. I think Whitesboro gets the first score of the day, going up 8-0, going for 2.
Whoa.
But then Somers comes back. It's going to be like a 28-8 game at half, and I think the final score will be 42-15, where the Tuskers will get it done.
Wow.
And they're going to make they make history, as they would be the first team in Class A history and Class AA, put that in there, Class A and AA history to three-peat.
Wow. 3 in a row.
Yes,
Wow.
that would be 3 in a row.
Huh.
So what's your prediction for the game?
I'm going to have to go with Whitesboro.
Wow.
No, I can't go with Whitesboro.
Whitesboro.
Is Croton Falls playing? Probably not. I'm going to have to go with... I think Somers is going to pull out a victory here, because I know so much about the teams, and I think Somers is going to win a nail-biter. It's going to come right down to the end.
Really?
They're going to win it in double overtime.
Really?
Yeah. 24-23.
In overtime?
By the squeak. Yeah.
That's not possible.
Okay, then.
Actually, it is.
Is it?
Yeah.
No, not in double overtime.
No, but it's a champ. Yeah, in double.
Yeah, but they wouldn't win 24-24.
Yeah, it would be if a team goes for
Oh,
2
yeah.
or miss an extra.
All right,
play.
let's just skip the double overtime and we'll go 24-23 victory for Somers.
All right.
Yeah. And it's going to be a comeback victory.
Really?
Yeah.
Like Whitesboro is gonna lead like 23-7.
Yeah, something like that.
I don't know why this pen is not working. There we go.
All
Alright,
right.
so 24-23. So
All right, there you go, folks.
Alright, so now
Back to the
on
NFL.
to Sunday at 1 p.m. We have the New York Jets sitting at 3-9, taking on the Dolphins sitting at 5-7. I think, no surprise, this game's gonna be boring and just gonna be boring. It's gonna be domination by the Dolphins here. I think they'll be up 31-0 at one point. I see the Dolphins taking this one in domination 34-7.
I do enjoy the Jets stinking. I'm not going to lie. But it's not such a thing to wish for because they kind of stink all the time now, which isn't horrible for a Pats fan. I think Miami gets the win at home without a problem. Tua's looking good. He's not concussed, and he's playing good ball. They got a great run team, a running crew. They got great receivers, and they got a pretty damn good defense. I'm gonna go Miami 27 to the Jets 13.
Alright, and next up we have the New Orleans Saints, Tyreek Hill-less Saints taking on the Giants, and without
Taysom
Taysom Hill, not
Hill.
Tyreek Hill.
And they
Taysom
also are
Hill-less.
Tyreek Hill-less. He's in Miami playing for the Dolphins.
Well, yes, that as well.
Yeah.
But the Taysom Hill-less Saints take
Yeah,
on
he's
the
done for the
Giants.
season.
Oh, okay. And
Yeah.
a good time for me to pick him up in fantasy. He gets injured out for the season
Yeah,
that game.
yeah, that'll
At least
do
he
it.
got me 8 points before he got injured.
All right, nice, good job.
But I think we're going to see, since Hill's out, more so, we're going to see a lot of defense in this game. I don't see much scoring on the scoreboard at all. I think it's going to be a 6-0 lead for the
Ooh, really?
Giants going into halftime. Heading into the fourth quarter, I think it will still be a 6-0 lead for the Giants. Then I think the Saints get a touchdown. Alvin Kamara runs it in, ties it at 6. And then I think the Saints drive it down the field. Carr throws a pick. And I think the Giants then get it down the field for a touchdown, led by Drew Lock.
Wow.
And then they get an accidental 2-point conversion where the Giants win a surprising one, 14-6.
Wow.
And upset.
I don't see this as being a very exciting game, but I do see the Giants as a team that always does the wrong thing, and I think that they are going to find a way to win this game, therefore knocking themselves down in the draft next season, and for no good reason. And they're going to find a way to beat the Saints at home 15-7.
Saw that one coming.
Did you?
Yeah. Alright, so now we have the Falcons taking on the Vikings, our Kirk Cousins revenge game, going back
Kirk Cousins, who threw
to
4 picks last week.
Minnesota playing against his former team, the
4
Vikings.
picks.
I see him playing similar football as he did last week. As much as
More
I hate
picks.
to see it, maybe not 4 picks, but I think in this game I see the Vikings coming out of the gate dominating, going up 17-3, going into halftime. It will be a 24-3. Falcons make a comeback to make it 24-17, but they're gonna still fall short, and the Vikings hold off to win 24-17.
I like the Vikings here at home as well. They've proven that they are a damn good team, and I think it continues. I'm going to go Minnesota 25. Atlanta 18. Why?
Okay.
Why?
So next up, we have the Panthers taking on the Eagles. The Panthers, a team that lost the Buccaneers in overtime, but that was...
Man, they've been playing a heck of a lot better, though.
Yeah, and I think they're gonna play the Eagles tough. And
They are.
I think they're gonna get the Eagles back into overtime, folks.
Whoa.
I think it will be a game tie. It's not gonna be the excitingest game. I think we're gonna go into overtime, tied at 17, and then another heartbreaker for Carolina as Saquon gets a 80-yard rushing touchdown
Wow, very
to win
specific.
it on the first play of overtime
Wow.
to win a third 23-17.
Wow. This is one I am not going to one up yet. I think Philadelphia takes care of the Panthers at home, no problemo. And I think Philadelphia comes out on top here, 27-10.
And next up, we have a rematch of
A couple weeks ago,
that was a thriller.
when
A game
the
I
Browns
broadcasted,
beat the Steelers in Cleveland.
24-19, and
Mhm.
we have a rematch of that game. Jameis Winston coming off a game where he threw 3 interceptions, but somehow the score was 41-32 in a game with 2 great defenses. Surprising result there, but Broncos still won. I think in this game we're gonna see Pittsburgh, and I think there's gonna be some points scored in this game. I know they're good defenses, but I think we're going to see some points. Or Pittsburgh at home, Sunday at 1 p.m. I think the Steelers are going to go off, and I think they're going to score 37. The Browns are going to score 17. So the Steelers win 37-17.
I see this being a close one, just kind of like it was last time. But I don't see the Steelers falling to Cleveland twice. Not with how well they've been playing. I'm going to go Pittsburgh at home, 21. Cleveland, 18.
All right, and thank you for not one-upping me.
You got it.
So, next up we have the Vegas Raiders taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and I think first half, I think it's going to be a close game. It's going to be
You really have to break down everything.
It's going to be a 6-3 lead at halftime
Mhm.
for the Raiders in a
Mm.
surprising first half for the Raiders. But in the second half, I think the Buccaneers show up late third quarter, get a touchdown and make it 10-6. Then they get another touchdown and make it 17-6, throw a field goal in there, make it 20. No, not a field goal. Make it 17-6, and then get another touchdown to make it 24-6. So scoring 21 unanswered, they'll get a touchdown in the third quarter and 2 in the fourth to win 24-6 against the Raiders.
I like it. Tampa Bay, Baker Mayfield, back in the swing, running wild all over Vegas, on their home turf, 25-7.
And next up, we have the Jacksonville Jaguars and Mac Jones taking on Will Levis
Trevor Lawrence out for the season.
and the Tennessee Titans. So, in this game, I think it's gonna be close. We're gonna see a lot of defense. I think going into halftime, the score will be like a 9-3 lead for the Titans, but I think the Titans continue to dominate, going up 16-3. The Jaguars get a touchdown to make it 16-10. They get a field goal, making it a 3-point game, 16-13. The Titans get a game-winning sealing touchdown, and then go on to win 23-13.
I'd just like to remind everyone that Mac Jones, in his rookie year, did so well that he made the All-Star game, right? The Pro Bowl?
The Pro Bowl, yeah.
Yes, he did. He's a good player, and I think he's going to play Tennessee tough. But I don't think that he's going to play him not tough enough to win, because Tennessee, despite the paltry record, has they're not a bad team. They're just a semi-bad team. I think the Titans get the win at home, 20-17.
All right, thank you for not one up.
You're welcome.
And now on to the 4 o'clock games.
4 o'clock games. We got 3 of them.
The Seahawks and the Cardinals.
Yeah.
This game could really be. This game could go many ways.
Yeah.
And I think Cardinals get out to an early 7-0 lead. Seahawks get a field goal. So it's going to be 14-3 heading into halftime. A boring first half. But then the Seahawks show up, get a field goal, and make it 14-6. 14-6. Cardinals get a field goal to make it 17-6. Then the Seahawks get a touchdown and make it 13-17, and the Seahawks get it down the field and get it in for a game-winning touchdown to win 20-17.
Wow.
And Seahawks go on to win 4-0. They're going to be 8-5 after this game.
Wow.
Cardinals fall to 6-7.
Not me. I see the Seahawks coming out early and getting a field goal. They're going to go up 3-0. Then I see Arizona going down the field, and there's a forced fumble by Seattle. It gets picked up. The defense returns it for a touchdown, 10-0. And then we're getting winded down to the halftime. And right before the half, Seattle gets a field goal, 13-0. Then we go into halftime. Halftime, there's some good commercials on. Coaches talk to the team at the break. Particularly Arizona's coach is going to talk to them and be like, guys, it's 13-0. You know, what the heck? We're losing to the Seahawks. We got to turn it around. And they're going to come out fired up out of the locker room. And they are going to march down the field. And they're going to get a field goal.
Yep.
And it's going to be 13-3. And then Seattle's going to come back, and they're going to get a touchdown. And it's going to be 20-3. And then I see a Marvin Harrison Jr. touchdown, so it's going to be 20-10.
Okay.
And then I see another field goal, so it's going to be 20-13. And then I see the Seahawks drive all the way down the field, and then there's an interception. And the Cardinals bring it back down, and they get a touchdown. It's going to be 20-20. And then I see Seattle drives down with no time left, takes a field goal and misses it, heads into overtime. And I think Seattle wins the coin toss, and they defer. They don't want the ball. And Arizona takes it down the field for a winning touchdown, and they win it 26-20.
Oh, that's your prediction.
Yeah.
You think they're going to defer.
Write that down, please. You wrote all that down, right? You got all that?
All on the video.
All right, good.
Alright, folks. So, next up we have the Bills taking on the Rams. The Bills looked amazing.
Yeah, in the snow. How about
Last
Josh
week.
Allen throwing and catching the same play for a touchdown, plus a running touchdown as well?
And I think it's going to be similar here. Let's get started. I think the
You
Bills...
think he's the first player ever to do that? A running touchdown, a rushing touchdown, a receiving touchdown, and a throwing touchdown in the same
Very
game.
impressive.
You think he's going to do it again, huh?
I don't think he's going to do that again, but I think the Bills march right down the field to make it early 7-0 lead. They'll go up 14-0.
Nice.
So it's going to be 14-3, end of the first quarter. It's going to be a 21. It's going to be 28-3 heading into halftime. Just domination by the Bills. Bills come out, get another touchdown to make it 35-3. It just Bills
domination.
And then they get a field goal, so it's going to be 38-3. Rams get a touchdown in the fourth quarter, and the Bills are going to win this one. And they're going to win this one 38-10.
I think the Rams are going to find a way to play the Bills tough. I don't think they're going to play them tough enough to win, but I think they're going to play them tough enough to compete. And ultimately, Josh Allen is too good. The Bills are too good. They're too well-rounded. And I do see the Bills coming out of this one on the road on top, 23-17.
And next up, we have the Chicago Bears, who ran the clock out when they had one timeout left on Thanksgiving to lose against the Lions, taking on the 49ers, who got destroyed, just marched all over by the Buffalo Bills, and then they lost McCaffrey on top of that. So it's not looking good for the 49ers, and I think they're going to show, it's going to show here, they're going to struggle in this game. but they're still going to be able to win to play. I think it will be a 10-0 lead for the 49ers going into halftime. The Bears are going to march back, making it a 10-7 game, and then eventually a 14-13 game. It's going to be close, but the 49ers are, with better coaching experience, are going to be able to get down the field and kick the game-winning field goal as time expires to win 16-14. Bears lose no heartbreaker. Maybe not as much, but yes.
San Francisco comes out of this game. They're not doing good. Their season's toast, obviously, and they're decimated by injury. They're just falling apart. They're not doing much, and the Bears have something to prove. And I think the young rookie Caleb Williams and his team, who are relatively healthy, are gonna prove something. They're gonna go into San Francisco and they're gonna come out with a victory. 24-13 over the 49ers. Yeah.
I'll take that one.
Yeah. There you have it. Sunday night at 8 o'clock. This could be the game of the year, folks. Maybe not. The Chiefs hosting the Chargers in Kansas City.
So I'll get started, I guess.
Please.
So I think the Chargers march down the field. I think they're going to go up 7-0. They're a good team, and the Chiefs are gonna. The Chiefs are the Chiefs. It's gonna come down right to the end, and I think it will be a game tied at 24. But sadly, Mahomes, as he always does, has the ball in his hand and is able to get his team down the field goal, set them up for field goal position, where they win 27-24 in Chiefs fashion.
You know what I read today? I read today that when the Chargers traded picks with the Patriots and they traded up to get a higher pick in the second round, they used that pick to draft Ladd McConkey, which is a drag because our picks ended up stinking and the Chargers picks. And then the chick they traded down for is the guy who got 2 interceptions last week. So they made out on that deal, and it's pretty exciting for them. And I'm happy for the Chargers. And I think that the Chargers still have something to prove. They're still pissy that they lost to the Ravens a few weeks ago. And I think the Chargers are going to go into Kansas City and play a mediocre team. That's right, folks. I said it. The Chiefs are a mediocre team that just finds a way to win. But I think the buck stops here. I think the Chargers are going to go into Kansas City, and they are going to take the victory, and it's going to be a close one.
For the first time since Mahomes has been the quarterback.
20, what? Like to the Chargers?
Yeah.
He's never lost to the Chargers? It's going to happen.
I think he did, but he sat because it was a week 18.
Well, you know what?
To win.
He's going to lose to the Chargers standing up, folks, in the game, loud and proud, going down, old-fashioned, playing his heart out, and failing. 27-24 victory for the Chargers.
I wonder where he came up with that score.
I don't know. Just came to me.
And on Monday night, battle of two offenses, but horrible defenses. The Bengals and the Cowboys.
If we were talking games at the beginning of the season, this is what one we were really looking forward to.
Yeah.
Now here we are, and it's not so much the case.
So we have
maybe some fantasy implications, but that's probably about it.
And this is probably going to surprise you. Cowboys with a better record here, 5-7. Bengals at 4-8. The Bengals are a much better team. They have just been unlucky, a tough schedule, losing to all the good opponents, have not been able to beat any good teams. It's really a shame. But I think the Bengals are going to show up here. It's going to be a close one. I think the Bengals pull out. It's going to be a 10-10 game heading into halftime. And in the second half, I think the Bengals pull ahead to a 24-10 lead. Cowboys get a touchdown. Bengals get another touchdown. Cowboys get a touchdown. I'll make it a little more closer, but Bengals are going to win this one 31-14.
I can't believe that the Cowboys are 5-7. They've been playing better lately. I think maybe, when teams get a new quarterback, sometimes they get a spark. Their defense is playing better too. And Cincinnati's defense is probably one of the worst in the league. I think that this is going to be a tough game for I think there's going to be a lot of this is going to be our offensive game of the week, and I think it's going to be some back and forth. And I think the Cowboys are going to get the victory at home, 33-27.
Alright. That would be a shame because the Bengals just have had a rough season.
They haven't.
They were the team I picked for in the end of the season to root for because
Mm-hmm.
the Patriots are bad and they only have one more win than the Patriots. So.
Yeah. Well, what are you going to do?
Yep.
So
But
it goes.
That will be it for our episode
For week
today.
14. Yep.
I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Tune in
Yes.
to our Friday broadcast starting at 6 p.m. on the Soma Sports broadcast channel.
Live
Also-
from Syracuse, New York, folks.
Also, tune in to our next week's episode. Same time next week. We'll be predicting all the games.
Is it going to be the same time?
I don't know if it'll be the same time or not, but next week, predicting all
But it's going
the
to be
games.
even better attire.
Yep.
You wait and see, folks.
So, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. Vote if you like his attire or not in the
yeah.
comments below.
Vote for the attire. Thumbs up for the attire, folks.
Vote. Tell me
Like and
what
subscribe.
video attire.
Woo! Attire.
Week 13.
Yeah.
Versus best attire, probably week 13 with the Jets jersey. But, yeah. So, I want to thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you next week.